Excuse me. All right. Ooh. Sorry about that. I've been having a rough night. Rough night and rough day. Good morning. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. We are back to playing Raft. I know the schedule has been a little bit messed up over the last week or so because of all the construction going on outside, plus my health being a little bad, but hopefully we should be back to something a little more normal soon. As soon as I'm done with making the thumbnail, I'll start uploading blueprints as well to YouTube, and I'll be making sure to upload the episodes of Raft that I haven't done so yet. I think there's probably one or two that need to go up before they disappear from Twitch as well, so I will get on that shortly. In the meantime, it's about time for me to start my ad break. So, hiya, Doug. It's just about time for me to start the ads, so please bear with me for about 3 minutes. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can scrub through to the end of the pre-roll GIF here. It should be, again, 3 minutes. So, good morning. Thank you for joining. If you're watching this on YouTube, then I would very much appreciate a subscribe. But thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the Raft series. If you're watching on the Twitch VOD, then also thank you very much. I hope you subscribe. I do this for fun, and I would love to see you here so we can chat live and hang out. Having said that, if you're having trouble finding me online, then the best thing I can suggest is to join my Discord. There is a link in the bio for both Twitch and YouTube. And don't worry about it, Doug. If the ads don't start, I'm sure they will soon. At the very least, they won't try and auto-run. But there should be a link to Discord in the bio of both Twitch and YouTube. Just make sure you're signed in before you click it so that you get taken to the actual Discord instead of the login page. I've had that happen a few times to people, and it's an easy way to avoid it. That being said, we do have a great community on Discord. There are lots of channels to hang out, to chat with me basically anytime you want, as well as give suggestions for games, feedback on the streams or on the channel. If you want to see things added or moved around, even changed, that's fine. And there's trackers so that you can see how far away we are from the next horror game that I have to play. We hit that at the 5 average viewership mark on Twitch, so that'll be nice. Well, I mean, it'll be nice for you guys. It won't be so nice for me. We just recently started playing blueprints during the week, so if you like that sort of puzzle game, that would be an excellent time to join in. If you have a suggestion for other games you'd like to see me play, by all means, leave them in the suggestions, and I can absolutely either prioritize it if it's on my list, or look into making it a goal for whenever the Steam summer sales come on, or Steam sales in general. All of the bits and subs that I make go towards purchasing new games so that we can enjoy them together. So hopefully that is a thing that resonates with you. In any case, I think we are about 15 seconds out from the end of the ads. This is something that I like to do just so nobody has to get them for about an hour, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. We're going to disable this pre-roll GIF, and we are back in chat proper. So, how are you doing today, Doug? Thank you for joining, as always. Let's see. We gotta get in there. That delete button on the load screen is always terrifying. I think that's the start button. One of these days, something not good is going to happen. I can just feel it in my bones. I'm doing alright, thanks. I've been having actually a bit of a rough health day and night, but I'm doing my best to get by. I'm actually really happy to be done with Subnautica Below Zero and looking forward to playing more Blueprints. But for now, we're focusing on Raft. I actually picked up a couple of other really cool games that I'm looking forward to playing too. Or games that I assume are going to be cool, I'll put it that way. I got one that's, it's called Tasomichi Under the Twilight, which should be like a 3D exploration platformer type thing. I've had it on my wish list for like 2 years, maybe more, and just never really had a reason to pick it up. I am not actually sniffing the boogers. I am having trouble breathing. That sniffing sound that you hear is actually just my breathing. I'm not even breathing through my nose necessarily. I'm just struggling to breathe in general. It is awfully embarrassing because I don't want to be this sickly. Yeah. Breathing trouble, Doug. The coughing is not for show, it is for real. Like I said, I've been unfortunately struggling with my health the last couple of days, so I'm not doing well. I'm sorry if that's extra annoying today. I'm doing my best to get by with it, but I know it's going to kind of suck for a while. I didn't want to let you guys down and not be here during the times that I said I was supposed to stream, or that I was going to stream, so I'm putting all my effort forward to making it happen. Hiya, Conop. I can't deny that I'm a dork. But I don't wanna. I like being here. You have no idea how lonely and bored I am, like 90% of the time, Conop. Well, I don't want to disappoint you. Like, Doug was telling me she's only got about 30 hours left, but she spent the time to come here and like, she wanted to use that 30 hours of time with me. How could I not want to respond to that? And besides, I do consider you guys my friends. That means that I like hanging out with you. I want to be here. I want to be, you know, hanging out and chatting and having a good time. I want to play games and chat and, you know, be an idiot, tell you stupid puns that make you groan. You may think it's silly, but this is my social contact for the week, unless nephew swings by or my friend comes over. And they haven't done that this week, so I have been extra lonely. Well, that's fair. I appreciate that too. Just, you know, it's I'm gonna be playing games today one way or another. I may as well play with you guys, basically. I may not be able to speak or to breathe too well, but I'm still going to do it, so it's not a big deal one way or the other, to be honest. It's a bit like when you're sick and you're so sick that you don't want to do anything. You can only lay there, but you're too sick to like get up and read, and you're too sick to get up and like have a bath or make food, but you're just well enough to sit there and be bored. That's very much my situation, like 90% of the time. I'm sitting here just unhealthy enough to be bored. So I'll play games and I'll hang out, and that's the best I can do. Oh, well, congratulations, Doug. I'm happy for you. I hope that works out well. Hopefully he's a nice fellow that will treat you well, and everything goes according to plan. What's horrible? Why is horrible? I didn't do anything. Why are you mad at me, Doug? I didn't do anything. Also, thank you for joining, Kono. Good to have you here as always. I appreciate you. It's so nice to have you back with me. I know I say it a lot, but your presence is missed when you're not here, so hooray, I'm glad you're here. Gotta put the mushrooms back, gotta put the potatoes back. Oh, yes, I have no pineapple. I'm sorry, Doug, no pineapples today. I need more titanium, but we're not going to get that right now because I gotta go ashore. So we're coming up on my favorite biome here, and I say coming up on because we're like right outside of it, so really we are here. It is this particularly interesting and cool thing. I'm gonna leave these just in case I die, to be honest. I'm gonna put them in this bucket. Yes, that should be good enough. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, good. I'm really happy for you, Doug. It's nice to hear things are looking up for you. Congratulations. I'm certainly trying my best to do well. Thank you for asking, or for being so hopeful. As far as I'm concerned, doing well in my case just involves being nice enough and consistent enough that you guys want to come hang out with me. Because that's the best I can hope for, is having friends to be here. I like that. That's nice. Cafeteria? Oh, you know what? I need a spear. Specifically for these guys. Oops. Oh, I don't mind, Doug. More than anything, I am concerned when your days are bad that often, but, and you know my only rule is if things are getting a little too down, just, like, hit me in a DM rather than talking about it on stream, but you know I'm happy to. I know what it's like to not have a place to vent your feelings when you're down, and I'm happy to help out with that as best I can. It's just also nice to not have a stream be consumed with sad things, so if you feel they are too sad, feel free to message me in private instead. 3 rope. I'm actually going to need a couple of these. 1, 2, 3. I need some more wood. Craft 1 wooden spear, craft a 2nd wooden spear. Good, good. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll do. There's always so many leaves that I pick up, which is weird considering how hard it is at the very beginning of the game to get leaves. The fact that I have like 12 billion of them in storage now is unusual. Alright, now we should be okay to go ashore. That's very fair, Doug. I appreciate your understanding and your thoughts on the matter. And that's a very healthy way to think about it. Just don't forget that as life gets better for you and you start making more and better friends, that friends are also there to hear you out when you have problems. You don't have to shoulder everything on your own or wait until the end. Just don't expect them to solve all of your problems. That is the foundation of a healthy relationship. I feel like I missed something. I need to be in the cafeteria, I think. Grace. I call the shark Grace. And she is in the water. Go away, you stupid rat. There are so many rats here. I have to get through this part to get into my favorite section of this biome. We're gonna eat the rat later. Which is the actual snowglobe portion. Like the giant city in there. Storage area, generator, this way. I think. But we have to go through this like lower section to get there. I've always been fascinated with this kind of self-contained city design. Not necessarily here. That's very fair, Doug. That's very fair. The cafeteria, that's where I was heading to. But I really like this whole... Oh, that's why. I do need to go down. Self-contained city thing. Whether it's on the ocean or like on Mars or the moon or whatever. I don't have enough room to maneuver around this stupid rat. There we go. So finding one built into this game is really cool. And I've been in a situation where people relied on me to fix their problems and constantly listen, and it was horrible. That's fair. That's fair. And it's good that you both gained the empathy and the perspective to understand that. You know, one game I don't have, but that I'd really like to get at some point, is this really old one that I've never played beyond the demo. But back when the first PlayStation released, like literally the first PlayStation, it came with a demo disc full of games, and one of them in particular had this like underwater exploration type game where you have this, you know, reasonably limited because of the age that it was made in, area to explore underwater. And it was kind of like oops. I sent a message up the tower. It was kind of like Tomb Raider, but underwater. So you had your little underwater skiff that would help you get around and explore as you went to find sunken treasure and in shipwrecks and capture sea creatures and stuff with a net you could fire off at them that would for some reason give you money in the process. It was really neat. I was, yes. Yeah. I wasn't super old at the time, but my dad actually got that for me as my first console. I wasn't there on release for it, but my uncle had a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis that I always loved playing when I'd go visit my grandparents. And that was what really got me like excited about and interested in video games. Doug says, did you talk to cavemen? Did you go ooga booga ay ay ay? And the answer is yes, I still say that. I don't know what you're talking about, acting like it's in the past. Cavemen have neurons activated. Yes. My uncle only had like 5 games for the Sega Genesis coming up, but I did like it. See, the weird thing was, as far as gaming goes, because he had the Super Nintendo, what we ended up doing most of the time, my cousin and I, was we'd play Super Mario World, which meant the games like Sonic got left by the wayside for the most part. Even though I liked them, I wasn't very good at them, because Sonic is one of those games where the concept is that it's a platformer that you can get through quickly if you're skilled enough or you know the levels. And I didn't have all that much time to play it, because it was just little bits here and there that I could pick up with my uncle's permission. So I didn't get to be good at it. And as a result, I was like, well, I don't really understand the Sega Genesis games, so I'm just not going to play them. But I think he had the first Sonic the Hedgehog, and he also had what were some of the other ones? He might have had a Star Wars game of some sort. I don't fully remember anymore. This was, you have to remember, probably 25 to 30 years ago. So you'll have to forgive me for not being like 100% on board with it. Doug says, fun fact, cavemen didn't actually live in caves because animals could be in there, and that if they ever made a fire, the fumes would kill them. So depictions of cavemen making fires in caves would kill them. Yep. Oh, that's fine, Doug. Not to worry. You say that's a lot of emojis, but I am fully aware of how how overbearing my text gets in other people's chats, because when I start typing like a lot. I need more power. That's what I need. 1 generator part, 2 generator part. I need 1 more. Oh no, where's the last one? I thought it was in here. Oh well, I guess we have to explore a little bit more. But yeah, so that was my story of when I was a youngling, like 25 to 30 years ago. Oh, I feel so old saying that. But those are my memories of being a kid. Is I'd go over to my grandparents' house, and my uncle had his Sega Genesis and Nintendo there. I'd invite my cousin over because he lived next or nearby my grandparents. It's fine, Doug. It's so weird, speaking of my cousin, because he's only about a year older than me, but he's been married for like 4 years now, and he's got a kid. So I messaged him the other day to wish him a happy anniversary, and he's like, oh yeah, we're in Scotland. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, we're in Scotland. It's not late for me here, it's morning. And I'm like, oh, I don't know why you're in Scotland, but okay. Where is this last thingy that I'm looking for? It's not in there. Careful with those accents. You never know who might actually be from there. I mean, not that I'm going to complain about having fun at the expense of accents. I do funny accents all the time. My friends and I, when we play Helldivers, sometimes get caught up doing a Jamaican accent. Although more than anything, in my case, it's because I don't know if you ever saw those old Hall's Fruit Breezers commercials, but the guy that did the Fruit Breezers commercials, the Jamaican guy that played the candy themselves, he had such a like smooth, easy to understand Jamaican accent that I got caught up in it. So I learned how to do that accent, that particular accent, well enough that we used to have some Jamaican friends. Not Freeze fruit candies, Hall's Fruit Breezers, they were called. Was it Hall's? It might be Hall's Fruit Breezers. It was actually a really good candy, to be honest. It was a cross between a soft candy and a hard candy, so you could chew on it, but it was like gooey and very flavorful. It had fruity flavors to it. And yeah, it just, because of how nice his accent was, I started copying it a lot. And we used to know some Jamaicans, and the mother of the family said to me one day that I apparently spoke Jamaican or had the better Jamaican accent than her own children. Which was funny to me. I liked hearing that. It amused me greatly. Because the accent itself was like, the guy was dressed as the Hall's Fruit Breezers. Like he was dressed as the candy himself. He was in a bodysuit with a packaging of the candy over top. And so he's trying to pick up women at a bar, and he goes up to them and he goes, "Hey baby, let's boogie." And the girl says, "Sorry, but I have a boyfriend." And he says, "Oh, and what does he do?" And she's like, "He's a surgeon." Or no, he's a pilot. And he says, "Just a pilot? I got 2 jobs. I'm the hardest working candy in town. First, I am a tropical fruit candy, and I deliver the cool, soothing taste sensation." And then she walks off, and he's like, 2 jobs! Sorry, I just like that. I think it's a hilarious commercial. I think it's funny, okay? I think it is one of the funniest commercials that I've seen, and the accent is so entertaining to do. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna move you this way. There's a couple of things that I need to get in here, or rather there's like a secret area down here with some stuff I want to pick up, because I think there's titanium there, which is like super helpful. I actually didn't. I have no idea what Liberty commercial is. Is it like, is it some form of insurance agency or something? You have to remember, I'm in Canada, which means I probably haven't seen that, like, at all. There are a surprising number of commercials that I don't know. Nope, not a clue. Yeah, I haven't seen it. It might have been a local one for you, because I've run into that situation a couple of times. This is going to localize me a little bit, like you could probably find my relative location of where I grew up with this, but There used to be, this is when I learned that you could just buy commercial airtime with no real issues in your local area, which I didn't know could be done. But there used to be this commercial for the dairy farmers of Canada, and it was just this catchy little jingle, and it was these like very 90s style animated cows, and the jingle was peanut butter ham sandwiches, pancakes and peanut butter jam sandwiches, pancakes and hammered radishes. Heaven knows anything goes with milk. Homogenized skim 1 and 2%. Always so good, so cold and wet. Heaven knows anything goes with milk. And that was it. And it was an ad for the Dairy Farmers of Canada. And I thought for a good while that was actually like just everybody knew that commercial. It wasn't until much later that I found out, oh no, that's a weird one that people don't recognize. I did not know. I mean, it's not necessarily true, but it's also not necessarily false, Connor. I like drinking milk all the time. It's not an unusual thing for me to have, so like I have milk with my meals sometimes. I will also vary it up and have, like alcohol or soda or whatever the case may be. Okay, milk in a bag is an East Coast thing. We don't have that on the West Coast. Just so you know. I thought that milk in a bag was a joke. See, this is news to me. I didn't know that. You say you want wine in a bag, Connor, but wine in a bag is wine in a box. They just have the bag inside the box. So, it's just a matter of matching what parts you're okay with. I'm going to do that one, because that one should be good. A big Capri Sun. Now, that one would be interesting. Conop says, I want them to sell me wine in a blood transfusion bag. What? Doug? Hold on. Doug, did you guys... Doug says, and the bag would also fold over super easily and the milk in a bag would spill everywhere. So I'm just checking, Doug, because even I, who have never used milk in a bag before, know this. Do you not know there's supposed to be a special jug that you put the milk bag into? Like it's a solid casing that you just refill the milk bag with? You don't just leave the bag flopping around on its own? Yeah, there's like a jug that's supposed to house the milk bag so that it doesn't flop around and spill out. You were having milk on hard mode. Ooh, boy. No. Even I know there is absolutely supposed to be an actual, like, a jug for it. How do we do this? Yeah. So think of it in like a big pitcher that you'd mix your summertime drink mixes in. Or I guess since you are also an alcohol drinker, think of it like a sangria jug. Um, there's something like that you just stick the milk jug into, and I think it even has a lid to like seal it off. Wow. Doug, you absolutely were living on hard mode with that. You were drinking milk in the hardest mode. I'm sorry for laughing at that because like I didn't even know such milk existed for a while, but yeah, damn. Like that's nuts. Ooh, that is super unfortunate. But yeah, that was not you messing things up. That was they're not really understanding that milk in a bag is supposed to have a jug to go with it. Which is weird, because I feel like they should sell the jugs close by the milk themselves. Did no one ever ask, like, why the jugs were there? Fair enough. Well, I'm sorry you had a bad time with it, like, for damn sure. That is super unfortunate. Hopefully, it's a little easier to figure out for you from now on. If you ever run into that situation again, it should be a little clearer that, oh yeah, you need the jug there. Because like everywhere else in Canada, we get milk in plastic jugs, but they put it in bags so that it would be less recycling. You could just toss the plastic bag afterwards, right? So if you have the single use or the reusable plastic housing for it, that was supposed to be the difference. See, even in France, you're saying you have a jug for it, right? Like a cardboard jug. I don't know why it would elude your family so that there would be something to house the loose floppy bag of milk. I don't know, man. I don't know. Water pipe.
The engines are done. People upstairs are already upset about the extreme rationing.
Well, now you know.
And those rafts on the horizon.
I feel like I need one of those soundboard clips so it can play the little jingle and be like, the more you know. I had... Narf! Narf is also a good one. I had the weirdest dream last night. And not really weird, but kind of a sad dream. It was a very sad dream for me, to be honest. I dreamt that it was one of those like super agent or secret agent situations where, you know, you're the master class badass that's saving the pretty girl from people that want to get at her for whatever reason. And it was just so weird because like I did the thing where I saved her from all the bad guys, and then she was acting all thankful, and I find myself in my dream looking around at the carnage surrounding it, and I'm just stuck there going, what? No, I don't want you here. I don't want your affection. Like, you look what you made me do. Look at all the carnage that's around here. This is on you. I don't like this. Isn't there supposed to be another section to this? I feel like there is. And it was a weird feeling for how oddly realistic it was. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was like, why did I do this for you? All of these people are dead. How could you make me do this? And I was very sad about it. Because it was one of those moments where if I was younger, I would have felt like a badass for doing it. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing how terrible a thing that is. Like, what an awful loss of life it was. Okay, that's just an air pocket. I must need to get through here. Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm not thinking it has a deeper meaning. It was just sad to see that, or like, it was interesting to see that perspective of things. Generator, storage area, plantation. I think the plantation is what I need to go to. Well, I won't say you're wrong, Doug. I won't say you're wrong. Although, I will say you're a little bit off. In my case, I don't have back pain, but as I'm getting older, I'm getting like gout and stuff, and it's really annoying. Like, it is tremendously annoying having gout. Just occasionally a single toe will be like super swollen, and I inherited that from my dad, I guess, because he ended up with gout as well.
A damn riot broke out. Some supported orders,
That too. Yep. Chronic illnesses are stopping me from killing people.
Sick, I think. Poor boy isn't saying much. Tangarora's the lost cause.
We're going loading bay that way, storage area. I'm gonna go get some more water before I venture in any deeper. Also, I should see about battery charger. I'd like to think it's more than just the chronic illnesses stopping me from killing people, but you know, that is absolutely a part. God's nerfing me so I don't become OP.
Ooh-woo?
Well, tell them they've gone too far with the nerfing. They need to bring me up to everyone else's level. Eh. If this was Arrowhead Studios, everybody else would be nerfed to the same level. And then I wouldn't have to feel so bad. It's like that one dinosaur that keeps taking L's. I forgot its name. I forget a lot of things. I'm not sure which dinosaur keeps taking L's, but I will take your word for it. Speaking of, I know Doug is too young to remember this, but Connor, did you ever see the show Dinosaurs? I think it was a Disney show, to be honest. Heal you with your special de-nerfing ability. Well, thank you. That would be wonderful. I don't think I've ever seen Dinosaur King. But Doug, if you get the chance to look up, I think it's Disney's Dinosaurs, you will be freaked out and impressed. I'm pretty sure it was just this this interesting old series where they had people in full body prosthetic dinosaur costumes. And the baby of the family could talk. And he'd smack the father of the family over the head and be like, "Not the mama!" I don't know if that's ringing a bell for you. But for whatever reason, when Doug mentioned dinosaurs just now, that... Yeah, like giant puppets. Like full body prosthetics and puppets. And for whatever reason, when Doug mentioned dinosaurs, that came to mind like instantly. Okay, cool. Cool. It was such a weird show, but I liked it. It was interesting. The ending to the series was so weird. Or it wasn't even weird. The ending to the series was so depressing. Like, just so you guys know, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything, the show is like 25 years old now, but the series finale had the father of the family screw up at his job, and he set off a volcano that caused the Ice Age. I'm not sure about the random monkey, but maybe. But yeah, so the father of the family set off a goddamn ice age by letting the volcano blow up, and so the final episode of the series ends with the family huddled together in their house, getting snowed in. Yeah, that was how the series ended. But they were getting snowed in, and the baby asks, "What's gonna happen, Papa?" And he's like, "I don't know, son. I don't know." And then it just zooms out, and that's the final episode. Because the dinosaurs went extinct. Also, yeah, it wasn't necessarily a volcano, but a super volcano could theoretically have caused an ice age of a sort, because with a big enough explosion, the same way a meteor would crash into the ground, enough fallout would pollute the atmosphere that it would cool the earth and kill off most of the plant life. No worries, Doug. Thank you for joining. I appreciated you being here. I hope you have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. For my part, I'm trying to build a battery charger. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. How was your day going, by the way, Connor? I don't think I actually asked that. Circuit board and plastic. Well, hello, Waylord. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. How you doing? Circuit board. Copper plastic vine goo. Copper should be over here. Fighting the urge to be lazy. You keep fighting that fight, Connor. I know you'll succeed. Drove for 12 hours. Oh, damn. What had you on the road so much? Were you, like, making a delivery? I don't know what you do for work. I'm just guessing. Yeah! Connor finally yanked herself away from the significant other, so we are back in business. Family gathering 1,000 kilometers away. Damn! Well, welcome back. I would not fault you for needing to go to sleep right away. I appreciate you stopping in as it is. Copper's down here. There we go. How was the family gathering? Did you have a good time? Anything fun and exciting happen while you were there? Did you murder anyone? Hopefully not. Even if you did, don't tell me. Battery charger. A little more plastic. Okay. They chose a church and your grandma wasn't talking much. So, just out of curiosity, were they using the church like a community hall because there wasn't anything in the town where the get-together happened? Because I could see that happening. Like, in a lot of old, small towns, the church was like the gathering place, right? Hopefully there was nothing wrong with your grandma, too. Because that would be unfortunate. I don't want to put that up there. Maybe I'll put you here. I'll put you here. Oh. Oh, damn. Well, okay. Yeah, what the hell, man? You're making me think it's like some nice get-together, that things just weren't happening according to plan, like maybe she was just sad. God damn it! By the way, it was a funeral. What the hell? Well, don't I just feel like an ass now? Oh boy. Got us real good, no kidding. That... You were looking for a funny way to say that? You have found the funniest possible way to say that. I'm sorry for your loss, but goddamn, that was a good joke. Oh, I gotta remember that. Holy crap, man. I need fuel. That's fair. That's fair. Well, as the case is, funerals are for the living, not for the dead. But I am still sorry to hear it regardless. It is never fun having things like that happen. Oh good, you do a biofuel now. Okay. I feel like I need to make more space in here. I guess I'll take this because it's almost broken. It doesn't matter if I lose it. Titanium ingots. There we go. Well, how was the drive back? Because I can't imagine it was a nice 12-hour drive. Yes, there is, Waylord. I got blueprints yesterday. Or, yeah, I got blueprints and installed it and played it yesterday. So we'll be doing that during the week for the foreseeable future. We finished up Subnautica Below Zero the other day. So now we have moved on to that. I haven't put it up on YouTube yet, but it should still be available on the Twitch VODs. And I also got... Why am I going down? Do I need to go down? I don't think I need to go down. I also got another game called There Is No Game, the Dimensional Edition or whatever. Which I think Conup was the one that actually recommended that I get that one. Oh, that's not unlocked still. There Is No Game. The something dimensional chaos mobobber. Wrong dimension. There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension. Wasn't you? Oh. Someone recommended it to me on Discord, and I don't remember who. But it's a vaguely weird puzzle game with like a Russian narrator trying to convince you that there's no game to play. "12 hours is the normal length." Sorry, Waylord says, "The travel back went perfectly. 12 hours is the normal length. The travel to go there was a effing pain in the butt. 16.5 hours due to 3 accidents? Damn, including one of 2 hours total stop. Holy crap. I would go nuts with a 2-hour stop. Because I imagine... Yeah. Yeah. But I would imagine the 2-hour stop is a massive pain in your butt because you're not actually stopped consistently. You're still moving little by little, which would mean you couldn't even do something else or like go get a break to eat. Strawberries. I'm not going to grab those quite yet because I can grow them for stuff later. 3 tape, okay.
No, 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 no!
I have to parkour around.
I've warned Captain Julie about this for weeks now.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoy it.
Allow me to tell anyone else, and it's eating me up inside.
And I'll be back to playing more of it on Monday.
Not to mention the infestation.
I don't know if this will work better for you or not, by the way, Waylord. You may have been out of town when I mentioned it. But I did change up my schedule a little bit. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'm still streaming at the same times. But Tuesday and Thursday I shifted it about 4 hours later. So we're going to see how that works for a little while. And it's interesting. I wish I had... How can I say this? I wish it was a little more like a roguelite, where I'd be able to have a bit more control over the randomized draws. Because I don't mind that it's randomized, I just wish I had more control over it. Because sometimes I'm looking for a specific thing to progress, and I just don't get it, so the hauls have to come to an end. I think I lost 2 runs yesterday to just only ending up with dead-end rooms. And that was pretty frustrating for me. I didn't like that that happened. I like the concept of it. Also, there is this this one puzzle that I didn't really understand. I had to brute force it. Okay. So there will be like rogue-like elements where I can alter things. Because the ones that, or the things I found that gave me control yesterday were a dice that I found that let me re-roll, and also a particular room that let me re-roll. But like those were hard to get at. So if I can carry those with me more frequently, that would be nice. I also wish there was a little bit more information on the rooms themselves. But when you have an idea and the game just doesn't want you to do it, that's really frustrating, and I get it. Yes, very much so. And, like I said, I wish that in the information about the blueprints there was a little bit more detail. Specifically, like I happened to stumble across it. I got the keys to the car in the garage twice yesterday, but it didn't really explain that the garage had to be... it could only spawn on the outer rings and only facing outwards. So I had to just kind of stumble across the fact that it could spawn there. But the way I was playing was I was trying to populate the... I was trying to populate the map as much as possible to be sure that I wasn't wasting space getting keys and gems and gold and things, right? So it was a complete accident and very lucky when I managed to get it. Where is the card on this guy? Did I grab it? Yeah. But other than that, I am enjoying it. It is interesting. Tangaroa key card. Good. I'm looking forward to playing more of it on Monday. I just also want to make sure that I'm playing the games that I was currently working on. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to start taking notes on quite yet, to be honest. Like, the thing that was frustrating yesterday was I know that the dartboard puzzle is supposed to be mathematical somehow, because I found a note stating that it was, but it didn't give me enough information about what the mathematical aspect was. It was, here's numbers on the outside and highlighted sections of the dartboard that don't correspond to their values or to the score on the dartboard. So I had to brute force my way through that puzzle. Willard says, you'll get it, but just keep in mind that an effing lot of things are hidden. And that's fair. Like, I get that. That's cool. I have no issue with things being hidden. It's just, the fact that they're spread out like that is weird. Like, you could get a room and have a puzzle and have no idea of how to solve it, or that it even is a puzzle. I mean, I'm used to the esotericness a little bit. So, for example, even here, as we go around, up there in the central section is a keypad, and the keypad will tell us, or will require us to answer with, like, various numbers that we find around the inside of this giant snow globe. So you have to run back down and look at all of the numbers to see what's going on. Like here, this floating fashion has a number 3 on here, right? Like, that's the building number. So it'll ask you, with just this symbol of the life preserver and a blank next to it, it'll show that's the number that you're looking for. So it's a really weird esoteric thing there too, but at least you can backtrack to that point. And there was one point I thought I had figured out the security login from looking at a lore book, but no, didn't get the security password right. I tried many variations of what I thought the answer was. I won't spoil the episode for you too much, but I will say that in vagaries and assume you know what I'm talking about. Where's my ship? I think it's on the west side, but I'm not sure where the west side is. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of replays, I was very happy, or not happy, but I was interested to see that my YouTube channel had already gotten up to like 500 watch hours in the last couple of months since I've been streaming and uploading, which is still only like 20% of what I need to actually get monetized on there. But it was cool that people were watching on YouTube too. And even with those watch hours, I'm still like 480 subscribers off from getting monetized, because you have to have 500 subs and the 3,000 watch hours before you can earn off their ads. Here we go. I want to turn the ship a little bit. I don't like having it this far out. Greece gets aggressive. But either way, it was pretty cool. I was excited to see that that was still happening. Progress is progress. I'll not turn it down. Which one? Oh, that's the engines. That's not the... That's the engines, not the anchor. I don't have the anchor one yet. I mean, technically that works as the anchor, but I don't have the auto anchor. There we go. That should do. Yep, perfect. So when I watched this when I was looking stuff up for this game back when it was still like in beta and new, I was watching Josh from Let's Game It Out play, and he has such stupidly genius ideas sometimes that he made a giant tornado out of planks that was so big and so wild. He actually just used the size of his ship to clip him into the top of that tower. He got to completely skip the entire inside of this game, which was hilarious, I thought. Probably not the fun way to do it, but it was hilarious. It reminds me of this video that I watched some time ago where it was, it might be Dorkly, and it was Bowser talking to Mario, speedrun Mario to be specific. And Mario shows up as Bowser just had Peach brought before him, and he's like, Mario, 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 you're missing the journey for your haste. Did you know you missed this cool level where everything was, where all the things are giant and you're tiny? And Mario's like, wait, really? That sounds like a lot of fun. And it was just Bowser convincing Mario to go back and do the game properly because he missed all the cool stuff. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, to be fair, like, I didn't even remember there were all those extra levels either, because you find Star Road and you want to do Star Road because it's interesting and fast. But, like, the whole game was pretty cool. Crate biofuel titanium bolts? Nice. Okay. No worries, Wailord. Thank you for stopping in. Again, I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope you have a good night. I hope you feel better tomorrow, and yeah, we'll have to reconnect during Blueprints one of these days. Hopefully you won't be too upset watching me play it. For now, I need to refocus my efforts. Not yet. I hadn't made a thumbnail for it, so I'll have to do that and then get it uploaded after the stream today, which should be in like 55 minutes. I don't know if you want to wait that long. If you want to watch it here, that's totally okay. I don't fault you for it. That's why when I do the intro, I make sure to say it, but sounds good. Honestly, for while it's here, I think Twitch Replay is the best way to do it anyway, because, you know, you get the chat box as well. But they only hold it for about 2 weeks, so YouTube is the best alternative. There's more tape. See you later, Wailord. Have a good night, friend. As always, appreciate you being here. So I need to find one more piece of duct tape somewhere in here. Also, I keep forgetting, but I need to really work more on not saying so often. It pisses me off to no end having all of those filler words in there, but when I'm trying to focus on the game at the same time, it's really easy to slip into that bad habit rather than thinking about what I'm saying, and it just annoys the hell out of me. It drives me mad to have those filler words. Come here, Mr. Robot Man. You need a few more arrows in your butt. Or your head. I don't care which. One of the two. There we go. Hooray. They are cute little guys, but you find out someone decided to just be a prankster and put the tasers on them. So they're just supposed to come and try and help you. They're all kind and they're like, how can I assist you? How can I assist you? They're gonna shock you to death trying. It is hilarious and sad in equal measure. One of the funny things that you can do is there are little tokens you can gather in some of these apartments, and you can spend them in a special vending machine. So that's the interesting thing, is you're kind of exploring the lore as you go. But the idea is, whichever character you're playing has a picture here with a single line of dialogue explaining that there are like human relations involved somehow. But this is the page you start with. You're a forward scout. Your raft is your home, your hook is your friend. If your raft breaks, you patch it up. If your hook is lost, you make another. If you find the big blue stretching out forever, that means you aren't paying attention. There's nothing you can't make if you have the right salvage. Follow any radio frequencies. If it's still broadcasting, it's above water. Others have come before you, more will come after you. Be sure to mark the way. The world is gone, but its stories remain. Gather as many as you can. And for Pete's sakes, watch out for sharks. So, as you're going from location to location, you're picking up these tidbits of lore, tracking down the signals from the radios that that's helping lead you to these islands, right? And if you don't feel like going back and rewatching all the episodes before, the basic idea, as far as we know, is, or at least at this point, is that the world has flooded. And they're saying it's due to global warming. So all of the lore that you're discovering is of the survivors that are trying to function in this world with no more land. Think of it like Waterworld, if you ever watched that movie. How they had like floating cities and land was the greatest commodity and, you know, all that stuff, right? And you've gotten kind of hints and tidbits of different locations from various areas. And these are all like target places that you're going to end up going. Tangaroa City is here. Balboa Island we were already at. Selene is a facility, like a research facility, where they're trying to create a sustainable arc reactor, basically. And you'll end up seeing most of these points. But one of the overarching themes is there's this guy, this leader, not Captain Tully. It might have been Captain Tully. Who is kind of this like weird dictator fixated on materialism. So he's constantly talking about the lower classes and how they can't let people get to the ship and all this other stuff. And he's constantly droning on about like luxury apartments. And you're finding the clues, the trail of breadcrumbs as you're going from island to island. And basically you're following in this path of destruction, and you're finding out about new characters along the way. And I won't spoil it yet, but that's basically what's going on, is we're following this trail of breadcrumbs towards an end of some sort. And I say that because I have played this game. I haven't beaten it because I died on the last boss, and you know how I play my stupid single player games. And of course, you are most welcome. You know me. My policy is always be chatting so that people aren't bored and thinking that I'm just some weirdo without a face cam silently playing a game for no reason. Eh. Well, that's true. That's true. I'm not going to deny that. But, you know, I'd at least like to be an interesting weirdo. I'd like to be a weirdo other weirdos like to spend time with. What was it I said was, I'm kind of a cat person, but for gremlins. Because for whatever reason, I seem to attract a bunch of weirdos. And I'm okay with that. It's nice being the safe spot for all the weirdos to come and gather. I just think it is funny that I can say that. I don't know if I told you, by the way, but my nephew found my stream. I'm not sure if you met him. He's got a really weird screen name. It's like, yeah, he's got a weird screen name. It's like, oh, I no wanna gusher or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just call him nephew when he comes in, and he calls me Unk. But I was over at my sister's trying to soak away some pain in their hot tub the other day, and I got talking to her about it, and he overheard, and he was like right away just honed in. He's like, "You do Twitch?" And then he created an account to come follow. So he hangs out every once in a while, which is nice. Yeah. It's hilarious because his sister, my niece, recently had a surgery of some sort for her face. So she doesn't have a screen name, but just because of our family relations, it's devolved into he calls me Unk or Uncle, and I call him nephew, and we refer to her as niece. And we just talk in code about family stuff going on like that, which I think is hilarious, quite frankly. It's also kind of funny and meme adjacent because for whatever reason, lately there's been this trend of calling older people on the internet Unk or Uncle. So, you know, it kind of works out for whatever reason. I'm not gonna deny that that's helpful. Unk still got it. I was just all like shy about it when he first found out. I didn't want to tell him my username because I was like, well, it's not like I have an embarrassing username or anything. I wanted to be a bigger streamer before you found me so that you'd come in and be like, wow, Uncle Hero's cool. People like spending time with him. You know, bragging rights, right? Because that was one thing I wanted before I let family and friends in real life find out that I was streaming, is I wanted to... Yeah. I just didn't want family and friends to come hang out as my only audience, because then it would feel like they were just taking pity on me. Or like they felt obligated to be here because I was such a pathetic little streamer. Which, obviously, we're beyond that now because I do have people that come and like spending time here. But, yeah. That was just a thing that happened. And it is nice that he's here. Or when he shows up. I keep having to get mad at him though, because he likes to watch while he's still in class. I'm like, is your mom gonna be mad at me for this? Because I still technically have to answer to her if I'm not like on your case about being here during class. She knows where I live. I am the cool uncle. I care about his future. It's his last year of high school. He needs to be paying attention to his classes. It's not like he's an 8th grade student or something, you know? Actually, it reminds me of this clip that I saw. There was I don't know what the name of the show is, but it follows like an Asian American family, and the mom is still trying to hold on to her Asian roots and like teach the kids Chinese, and the grandmother only speaks Chinese, and it's just this amusing relationship dynamic in the family. But one of the things that happens that I thought was entertaining was oh wait, oh yeah, there was an episode where the like underachieving son that doesn't care about learning Chinese and just wants to get by, he's get out of here. Oh dang it. His teacher has to have a conference with his mom, and he's like, your son hasn't been doing his homework. And like she calls him in and she's getting all mad at him, and he says, no, see, I figured it out. I cracked the code. I don't actually have to care as long as I know the material and I'm passing the tests, because nobody's in the future going to look at my 8th grade homework marks and be like, oh, you failed this exam. I'll just start putting effort in when it actually matters. And his mom doesn't really have anything to say to that, and he walks out of the room satisfied with himself. And the principal, as soon as the door closes, just goes to his mom and he's like, please, you have to tell him to start doing his homework again. If the other kids figure this out, it'll be anarchy. I just thought it was amusing having like such a self-aware situation occur. Because it's true. Like, who cares if you failed an exam in 8th grade, right? As long as you're capable in the field that you're going into, it's fine, right? Anyway, I got a kick out of that. I don't want to, but I think I may actually have to cut the stream short today. I'm kind of suffering. Today is one of those days where the cough is like really bad. Yeah. I know you don't mind, but I still feel bad because you make an effort to come hang out with me all the time, and I super appreciate that. And I know you understand, so that's why I'm not like... I'm not feeling bad about needing to stop. I'm just saying I would like to spend more time here if I could. It's not holding me back from ending the stream early. So don't stress about that. It's not like you're at fault for causing me pain because you're here. The effort of clicking on Twitch. Well, you say that, but I mean, like, there's lots of other people you could hang out with. I appreciate that you choose to come hang out with me. And not even just on passive mode all the time. You actually stay in chat and hang out and, like, respond to my stupid puns. And I like that. It's so nice. I'm going to put these in here to cook. Point being, as always, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I'm having to cut things short. And, yeah. Okay, I am gonna save the world. Let's see. We're about 40 minutes shorter than I would like to be. But that's life sometimes. It's life when you don't feel good. Oh, it looks like Where We Rhine on Twitch is also here. Thank you very much for joining. I'm sorry I'm cutting it short. The coughing is not great, and I am an unhealthy fellow, but I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you again at some point. Let's see, is there anybody on that I can raid? Somewhere to drop you off before I go? That's not the channel that I needed to go to. Back to Twitch. Mari is on with Phasmophobia. I don't know if that's your type of thing gone up. I don't think you have a problem with scary games, right? Okay. To Phasmophobia it is. Where are we going? Mari. Stellar. There we go. Alright. Thank you again. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. And have a good night. Or good day. Whichever.